thank you for making time to join us on a very busy day. So the timing of the ANDI conference is very auspicious. Why do you feel it's important to have a gathering like this at this particular moment in time? And how are some of the zones that are your members reacting to the current volatility?
Definitely a good time. And today is April the 2nd. So what we are saying is that we should take into account what is happening in the world, what is happening in the States. The zones, as you know, are designed or are defined to be relevant in the international scenario. So that means that we all have to be really aware of what is happening. So we try to do in this specific conference just to bring information, to bring the knowledge, to bring the experts, just to give them the opportunity just to see what is happening in the world and to adjust their strategies, adjust their ways of doing things, and try to define how Colombia and the zones are going to play in the near future. That is something we should do, and we're just wondering what to do, and wondering what are the best choices we do have.
And what do you think some of those choices are? What would you think would be the smart way forward for Colombian zones to thrive in this particular moment?
Well, there is a huge question, I would say, now, and is the question: how are we going to align ourselves with the Occidental Hemisphere and the West Hemisphere? That is something we have to define, and that is something on which, that is one of the things we want them, and we want all the actors to decide on what to do. Just to be more clear, we feel that, for example, we should wait until when everything settles down, until we get, in terms of reality check issues, in terms of international trade, with the states. For us, the states is the most important, by far, ally. So what we feel is that every decision we make should be aligned with that reality, with that specific fact. For some other countries, maybe the question is different because they have gone a little bit farther in terms of relationships with, for example, China. And this is not the case of Colombia. But for us, I think it's a good timing to make good decisions.
Do you see a role for technology and innovation to also help the zone succeed and maybe even navigate some of the uncertainty?
Definitely, because technology is the way we found out just to try to minimize in a way the gaps between the most developed and ourselves. And this is the way this is the way we have to connect these economies with the most developed economies, and this is the way to bring knowledge. This is the way to bring competitiveness. This is the way to bring international economies into our economies. So technology for us is the main channel in terms of having that in a way that highway just to maintain everything connected and well with the most developed trends in a way.
And I guess you would include AI in that. Do you see strong AI adoption in your zones?
Well, we should do more. No doubt, we should do more. Well, maybe the advantage is that the AI is really traveling fast. So everything that is done, I don't know, in the States or in Netherlands or in Finland today is going to be known somewhere else in the world tomorrow. But in a way, we have to adopt. We have to have a deeper and greater adoptions in terms of bringing them into our processes, which is definitely the huge challenge.
Right. And as a final question, I think there are some nerves about what will happen next and the global uncertainty. What is your message for the zones that are ANDI members about the future and any kind of hope you would offer them?
Maybe my main advice would be, don't try to make a quick and not enough understood or analyzed decisions. Try to think in long terms. Try to think in mid and long term, and try to make decisions with a strategy. Think where we want to be, where we want Colombia to be, where we want our companies to be in the future, and make the decisions in a way that is coherent in terms of doing things that really drive us into that specific goal or objective. Hmm.
That's right. It's important to understand where things are going, but not be overly reactive.
Exactly, exactly, and you're right because maybe if there is something that is happening in the whole world today is that we're making decisions maybe with not enough analysis, not enough thought. We should think more, and we should make a lot of analysis and define strategies.
Sound advice. Thank you very much for joining us, Bruce, and wish you
No,
success with the rest of the conference.
no, I want to thank you, Courtney, for being here and being with us in the conference.
My pleasure. Thank you.